Yeah, I'd say it's probably full. Also don't recommend leaving it to go look for hydraulic fluid in the barn, thinking that you'll be right back. So I came back here to check on the hay fields. We just had a massive thunderstorm last night. 2 inches of rain last night just dumped on us. I had been expecting to cut hay today. Had to do it today because it's gonna rain on Wednesday night into Thursday. And I'm not quite sure what I should do. I definitely don't think I can cut this field because it's underwater. This field definitely needs to get cut. Look how thick this is. Look at this. This looks amazing, at least right in this spot right here. The rest of it might be a little bit thinner. But my fields back there are probably 90% dry. And if I just do that field, is it worth doing that field and then doing these at a later point? The other thing that's affecting us is Erik's back is out. So he is bedridden yet again for hay season. So that means that anything I cut, I have to collect and I have to stack. Can I do an entire 8-acre field myself? Hay season decisions are always so hard. So, I don't know. What would you do? So I've got the blue label on my PTO link. This is for the higher horsepower tractors. If you're interested in taking a look at this, there is a link in the video description and you can save 5% using the code below. So this is our secondary locking pin. We're gonna go ahead and take this off. Like so. Now all we do is we're just gonna slide this right on. There we go. See? Locked into place. Now our secondary, this is going to attach on all of our implements. It is easy to remove, it's easy to put on. There we go. There. All right, and then lastly, we put this in just to make sure everything stays in place. So we are cutting hay on the seat of our pants right now. I'm out of it. It's just, so if you're wondering like what kind of day it's been, here you go. And on top of that, Erik's back has been thrown out. So he's been like wreathing on the bed in pain. So it's just, yeah. But, yeah, I finally concluded I can just cut the main field and then leave all the other smaller fields for another day. And then at least I can get my customers taken care of and half the hay off the field. Because if we leave this, it's gonna get too thick. That's just how it's gonna be. It's already, like, some of the other fields are already too thick, but they're just wet, so there's nothing I can do. So it seems to be cutting really good so far. So hopefully it's gonna hit my tracks okay. I think I got it. Dead nuts on, maybe. Oh, gotta go up this hill, which is not easy when the grass is slightly wet and you're going up a hill. Alright, so I have to focus on my forks. I keep my fork right on the inside of that line. I think that lines me up perfect back there. And the problem is that when you're driving over at one direction, it lays the hay down right there on the edge. And so you got to make sure that it gets picked up, otherwise you're gonna have a big strip that's not cut. Make sure it's taking my turn nice. Oh, I think I took that good. The nice thing about second cutting is if you run it over a couple of times, it's not going to jam up generally in your cutter. First cutting will get just wedged right in there because it weaves itself. Second cutting, it's just like there's nothing there. I mean, it's thick, but it's just no substance to it. It's very feathery, so it just cuts really nice. Although this area is really wet. This is probably the wettest area of the field, which I really shouldn't be cutting, but I should have just thought this through and just nixed to this corner and included it with my other group, but I didn't think of it. Too many things to try to think about today. But I think the reason my hay is turning a slightly brown on the top, my grass, sorry, is because I think it might have gotten just a little bit of fertilizer burn. That's what I'm thinking. I put down, normally I put down 100 pounds to the acre. I think that's right. And this time I did 120 pounds to the acre. So, and I based that off from how the grass looked in my coverage. Like areas that got hit like twice seemed to do better than areas that were just hit once. So I thought, well, I'll bump it up just a little bit. I mean, man, so that area right there is thin, but then you can see areas that are clearly thicker right there. It's just very patchy. So there's thick and then thin. Part of that has to do with the field. Because the field has a lot of dry spots that are sandy. But we have the largest lineup of customers for hay that I've ever seen. And I think part of it is because so many guys have retired that there's just not as many people selling hay, making hay, all of that stuff. See a big wad stuck. See, it is wadding up underneath there. Just lift it up, bring it forward, drop it back down. I think that's going to be the play of the day, is going to be catching stuff that's already caught. But I think once we already get through it, then it should be okay. Anyway, yeah, so we have quality hay. Apparently there's some place that reviewed our farm and was just, I don't know what it said, but I had a customer come in and said, wow, you've got really great reviews for your hay. And I was like, reviews where? And she said, oh, on the hay site. And I was like, so, I don't know. But, you know, that's good. Maybe that's why I'm getting so many customers. I don't know. But, yeah, so we've got a lot of hungry horses that need hay. And it's not just they need square bales, they need low sugar hay. A lot of these horses have foundered, they have laminitis. Cushing's, you name it, they have it. So they really need the good quality, low sugar, high protein, or higher protein hay. What did I do here? Not even sure. Yeah, but look how beautiful it is. I mean, this is gorgeous. This is just beautiful. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but we've got like the big clouds, the white clouds, the blue sky, the green. I love it. And it's not supposed to rain until next week. So as long as I can get this cut, look how thick that is. Erik keeps saying it's not very tall, and he's right. In some areas it's not, but it lays over when it gets to be 12 inches or taller. It starts to flip over. So you really can't tell how tall it is until you actually go out and look at it and measure it against your leg. And then you know how tall it is. See, like right through here, this is actually shorter. I don't know why, but it is. Oh, they hate. Look at how fluffy that is. It's just so feathery. And that's when it's still wet. That's when it's still green and maybe even slightly damp. It's just feathery. So that's why we have to use the power rake, the V rake, because that is the only thing that can contain this hay. I'm telling you what, I know you guys love some of your other rakes, and that's great, but for this hay, I mean, if you want to bring your rake over and try it on our grass, you're more than welcome to. But I'm telling you, you get a little breeze and that stuff is gone. The V rake is nice because it locks it in, and sometimes it still does blow just a little bit, but nothing like what it would with the other rakes. You just need some major fine tines to hold it together. Yeah, so I am probably going to be doing hay all by myself for this round. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, and that's why I'm only doing just this field, because I think I can handle it. I don't know how many bales I'm going to get. I'm going to guess 300. That's going to be my guess, is 300 bales. I don't know. Maybe it'll be more than that. I don't think it'll be more than that. I don't know. We'll see. But we're cutting it now, so we should be able to get another third cutting on this probably in September. So the cool weather, the fall, is really when it takes off. So we will see what we get for third cutting.
And then I realized that I had found a hidden secret advantage of using the PTO link on this particular implement. Normally, I have to telescope that hitch out, and it's a pain in the butt. But with the PTO link, I don't have to move my hitch because the PTO link already gives me an extra 6 inches of space. To pull it off, you just unhitch the pin off the back. A little easier said than done with one hand, but there it is. See that? Put it in a safe place, and then you just undo the second pin by pulling it out, and then you cross rotate the two pieces, and the whole thing will come apart. It's quick.
And then I walk out to find this. Guys, I stuck you in a whole area full of grass. Goodness sakes, what is up with you guys? That's my hay field that I'm gonna cut. Come on.
Horrible.
Oh, you got it in. Nice job. All right. Pull it apart. Nice job. That's why he's weed packing is. Eddie, go over by the fire pit. I mean, you can do all that if you want to. Can you find it?
So you mean it's being overwhelmed by grass?
Weeds, honey. This isn't even grass. This is just weeds.
Is there any grass on the ground?
There might be a little bit, like over there.
Oh! Leg!
That's why you have safety glasses on. Yeah, usually you wear boots and pants. But you're doing good.